excited to start this. I am excited beyond belief. Alright, let's check that out. Okay. Well, let's get going. I've already dilly-dallied for the first minute. I'm excited to go back to Quest 64. Let's keep going. Should have a save here. If not, I have a save state backed in just in case anything funky was going to happen. But we're looking all good. It's a thunderstormy night, so I'm actually kind of, hopefully, not going to have a power issue here. Fingers crossed. Oh, there's the big thunder boom. How we doing? Either way, yesterday, I guess technically, it was already not too long ago. I was just excited to play this game. I had off again today. We played, beat Zelda Minish Cap, and then we went to Quest 64, which I was kind of getting a hanger in to play. I plan to play this too because I would love to make a video out, especially on my main channel, regarding quests, just because I feel like it's an underrated, not super talked about game. I mean, honestly, when I think about Quest 64, the only one that comes to mind is the Pro Jared video from a while back who talked about it. Either way, we got through the first big kind of wave of the game. We beat the first boss, Solvering, and got the Earth Crystal or Earth Orb. Which is the first of like the four main elemental MacGuffins we are supposed to be getting. So, yeah. Other than that, we didn't have too much of an issue. And, yeah, we'll get going. I'm excited. I know this is less than a stellar game for some people, as I'll continue to say. I fully admit that it's not a perfect game. I could even say it's not a great game, but I love it all the same. I'm sure most people have some sort of game like that in their childhood. So, running through here, we did everything in Dondurin and all this stuff. We don't have much reason to come back here for the time being. There's not really kind of extra stuff later in the game. However, yeah, I ended it here. We got to go through Connor Forest and get to the next section. We kind of heard, I think, from Shannon and a few other NPCs that the next way to go is through the Connor Forest exit that was stolen or blocked off by Solvering when he took the key in the Earth Orb. Peak Gaming, how you doing, Jake? So when he took the orb, we got to get through the forest to get to our next destination, to cross this lake, so to speak, and it sounds like that's where our father went. That's our only kind of guide to going on. So yeah, we are going to head there, and I accidentally skipped my turn. That's a great way to start. How you doing tonight, Jake? And I guess I'll do as usual since you are the first victim of my stream. How's the stream audio and stuff like that while we're at it. Hopefully all the settings should be all good. Okay, into the forest. We just cut to the right here, and it's not going to be super long until we get to the exit. As we saw, actually, I went to go grab a treasure chest just to get the extra goodies and for the experience, but it's really not that bad. But there's a little bit. I know it's The game's not that short in terms of like, you know, not just point A to point B to point C and then you get all Earth stuff. There's actually a decent amount between this first and second kind of major elements that you have to get. And I said it in the last stream as well, but there's actually like a side optional dungeon, but we're gonna go there for the elements and the goodies. I say it's always good to get, as I've said before, the items are finite, so I like taking advantage of that, and it will definitely be needed in the boss fight, as you saw. With Solvering, we probably would have been in trouble if we weren't using the magical, magic dewdrops, so the recovery for magic points. Obviously, at this point, these enemies aren't really much of a challenge. If you can beat Solvering, you can take out any of the enemies here. That is always a good gauge in these types of games, obviously, like any RPG. If you're having trouble with the overworld enemies, be careful on the boss, I guess. Okay. So, same song here, but we actually are in a new section. So as we saw in the last map, we actually did see that it ended there, but when we go to a new area, we'll see a new section of the map. This is called the Dondoran Flats, and there isn't actually a whole lot to actually talk about here. It is pretty small. We need to go down to where that boat is, as we need to cross a lake, so unfortunately the lake isn't. I like Brian's goofy little run. Yeah, I feel that. Is the stream audio good, Jake? Pardon me, quest goofy, right? Yeah, thank you. Yes, sir, awesome, cool. Yeah, so we gotta get to the boat, but this Glencoe Forest is actually entirely optional to go to, and we're gonna go to it. Yeah, he's got a little goofy run. I feel like he takes so little tiny steps. Actually, with that, we have healing level 2, finally. So now, we're halfway to maxing out water, which is cool, but at the same time, I want to start in another element. So I've been thinking about it. I kind of want to do fire or wind, personally speaking, but I don't know if chat or anyone else has any ideas. I don't think anyone had a specific, Oh wow, that was fantastic. Okay. I got ice knifed. I'll ice knife them back. These guys are called Death Huggers. That's kind of metal. But I might start with... Shoot, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I might do a coin flip or something like that, and like pull up a coin flip thing on Google and see if I want to do fire versus wind. Earth has some of the broken spells, as I said, with kind of making the game a near piece of cake. So while that would be cool to use, I do want to kind of avoid that. I mean, I'd love to show off a little bit of everything, but I don't think I'll be able to without immense amounts of grinding. So for the time being, that's not on the table. Another ice knife as we approach. These are a type of enemies that are actually a lot less dangerous when you get up close to them, because they just kind of bump you for no damage. Oh, okay, I guess we're gonna do it now. Okay. Give me a sec if this stream goofs up here. Okay. We'll do heads for fire and tails for wind. So we're gonna go, and I know you guys can't see it, but I'm not gonna worry about heads, so we're doing fire. Okay. A little bit of water fire action here. That's alright. We'll see if that kills me in the end, but it's fine. You got water, you don't really need a whole lot else, if I'm being honest. Okay. This map's a little weird to navigate, so I probably will be checking it off a lot. There's, I'll show when I next open up the map, there's little line breaks in there, which are kind of showing cliffs that you can't walk up or down from. I forgot to heal. You can show off healing level 2. It's a massive 20 health points, which is very, very much a step up from what we saw with healing level 1, so. In my expertise, I think maxing out element would be super beneficial. As we see, we're already doing massive damage though, so I don't know. A part of me wants to max out, but I've always done that, and I kind of like a little bit of spread, but don't want to be super overpowered. I just want to enjoy game. Gaimu, Oni-chan. Yeah, there isn't anything super exciting about this area. It is definitely just like an intermittent area between your two big destinations. The next area is a lot more open and expansive. That is faux shizzle. I don't remember if this guy is much of a problem. This Marionette 2.0 character. And he's already dead, so we won't know. I didn't even get his name. Oh, boo. Alright, so yeah, the little line break, you kind of see that's almost directly south of the little marker that we have. We gotta go all the way around there, but we actually did, I saw in the peripheral that there is an element or a spirit there. We just have to go kind of all the way around, so that's why I didn't really mention anything about it, if anyone were curious and saw. Debating whether or not I want to do this or my next other game. Like I was thinking of doing one of the Zelda games, as I keep saying, but I wanted to get maybe a little bit more in this game first. But hell, if all else fails, like I'll just do this for a little bit and then maybe swap games. How long is this game, typically speaking? I want to say like 20 hours, just off the top of my head. We could probably how long to beat it real quick. If just I wanted to get a test thing, but I mean. We're a little over, what, 2 hours in now, I think, about. I don't know. This has been a bit, obviously, with kid skills, I had a lot longer of a time, but I want to say anywhere from, 20 to 30 hours. I'm sure you could probably do it in a lot less of a time, like a 10 or 15. Especially if you want to just get the most broken spells and break the game a little bit. Mad Doll. Is he mad, bro? Haha. Guess we'll find out. I kind of am curious about the time. With how I typically play games, it'll probably be longer than the average playthrough, though, I feel. Blood does not want to die. Okay, moving on as we do. So I believe we just cut here and fight creepy red snake man. Yo, Apophis. Apophis? Get Mendizzled. Oh, you got a lot of health, sir. Yeah. Okay. So this is weird because of the camera. I do remember thinking I could not go here somehow, but there is a small little log here that is kind of easily missable. Because how the camera sits. So, very easily missable, but that's how we get to the forest, and then this sign is just more or less telling us that the forest is right behind here. Nothing new in the terms of magic spells yet. I think we usually get your first new spell at level, or 4 of a type of element. The levels you learn, obviously you learn different magic depending on which element you go through, but I think the numbers are roughly the same, if not equal. Hell yeah. So now we go into the forest. It's not terribly long. There's not a whole lot to do here, but we're going to see a little bit about it here in just a second. Let's just be on this area. Perfect. Another spooky forest theme. But yeah, here's the Glencoe Forest. Honestly, what you see is what you get. There isn't much here except for some freaky enemies. I do remember the enemies here are a little funky and also a little tougher on average, but I guess that's what it gets for being optional. These dudes are kind of funky. But we'll go pick up the items here and get out of here. There isn't a whole lot otherwise. One of those areas that I never knew how to access as a kid just because it was kind of dumb. And then when I actually get to it, years later, I was kind of surprised that there's this whole area that I've more or less missed. And this is definitely one of those places that I don't know, the cool little stop early on. And then with our fourth fire element, we just got Fireball level 2. So it's, I think instead of shooting like the one shot of flame, it actually does 2. So it's a little more visually unique than the water pillars where it just grows in size. I guess we can show it just a tad here. And they can also split to multiple targets. You can also do one at a time. Yeah, there you go. As you see, it kind of stacked on the bolt. So I'm just gonna go back to water since that's just gonna do more until I can get a few more levels into fire for sure. I feel like one thing they could do to definitely like switch up the game a bit, it would be to add some sort of like, what do you call it, like overworld manipulation with the elements. Definitely not taken from Golden Sun. I love Golden Sun too. That's another game I'll definitely do in the future. But having some sort of way to use, like, you know, fire to burn down bushes, and since, you know, they kind of make your progression optional, you know, which element you want to choose is entirely up to you. I feel like it could be a lot of just extra goodies. Definitely make runs more unique. Earth could move some boulders, like rocks could just be in the way of paths. Wind would... something with wind, I'm assuming. Water would be the, like, razor drain water, I could assume. Okay, that was just a dead end aside from the one little spirit over here. I say there's a new enemy. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say all we fought are those mummy men, and holy Jesus, that is a lot of fucking dudes. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do all of this, so I'm gonna try my best. If they all start ganging up on me, it's definitely gonna be an issue, so... Luckily their moves aren't super crazy, but the agility up definitely could be an issue in a bit, so... They're not moving either, which... Okay, great. I wonder if I can hit him with an ice wall. No, only one of them. It's a little too spread out. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, if they start landing up these the wind cutters, they're definitely gonna start getting some more damage on me. Okay, a few more down. Frick. Regardless, this should hopefully be some good experience when we're all said and done here. So please don't hurt me. I'm just a child. Yeah, once again, completely skippable, but I would recommend going here if you just want the extra stuff or you like a little bit of challenge, so to speak. But I wouldn't say there's a whole lot of strategy with this game, that's for sure. focus on the guy who's not frozen right now and try to take him out. Are you kidding me? Bastard. Why does this guy not want to get hit? Jesus. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that was not an element level up, just about how long that battle took in terms of the others we've done so far. Always not forget to heal. That would be a very bad idea. Okay, that's a tree man. If I remember correctly, these tree guys can do a lot of damage if you're not prepared, so be careful if you face them. Oh, shizzle. A lot of them like to use wind type in this area too. The wind cutters do stack up damage, but wind and rock seem to be a lot of here. This goes into another thing where it's like, I wonder if there was a cut content from this at all. Just that there just feels weird to have an extra forest just off the side, so I don't know if this was supposed to be something that they just left in for the wandering player, but I mean, it's still cool nonetheless. Shit, that's not good. Yeah, these tree dudes are messing me up. And as I'm kind of showing right here, this is like almost reason number one why you want to make... Oh god, that did a lot of damage. Why you would like to have healing. Just because... Yikes. It's just not doing fun damage right now. That was pretty good evasion on our part. I honestly can't do a whole lot. I'm gonna have to slowly approach them. Yikes. Okay. I might pop a fresh bread. Just so I'm not gonna die. I don't really want to do that. That'd be a little tad not fun. So. Let's see if I can get both of them on this pillar. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Cool. Awesome. Yeah. Felt like I kind of hyped this area up to have a whole lot of nothing, but it is what it is. It's still definitely worth your time as you're another element right there, and even in terms of just simple health, we've already leveled up a few of those points just by fighting the locals here. I might start running in a little bit just to save some time, so we're not just here in the same area, because these guys are still have actually a beefy amount of health, especially compared to the last area we were just at, where a lot of enemies were dying in 2 hits or something like that. These are definitely taking quite a bit more, so I want to keep moving to keep things somewhat interesting as well. Okay, so we got a new spell actually for fire, power staff level 1. I think that just raises your attack, so we can test that out. I think it does have a chance of missing though, however. So we'll try it, because as I just said, the enemies are a little beefy. Those are probably the easiest out of the enemies in this forest, or that or the goblins, so. Okay. That's okay. That's some pretty good damage just with our physical attack. Sometimes your best move is just your staff, because it doesn't cost any magic, and it does pretty close to what some of your best magic is. Of course, it's a single target, and I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like it has a decently high chance of missing, all things considered, but I feel like they almost made it a little too broken, because you usually don't need to do a whole lot else. But to make the game interesting, just whacking mummies with a stick is not the most enthralling type of game, for sure. also that power staff wore off pretty damn quickly. Once again, with a lot of these spells, it might not even be super worth it till you get the second level. Just so it can actually, I don't know if it has a better chance of missing, does more damage, lasts a little bit longer, or like a combination of it all, but either way. We're actually coming up in the last little stretch here. It ends kind of by this, this house we just saw in the distance right before it got to the battle, so... I think they're using rock level 2, making it a lot more harder to dodge than the enemies from the first area of the game, that's for sure. Cool. Okay, there we go. Oh, I meant to do ice knife and not fart out a pillar of water. There we go, that's what I like to see, that's what I like to see. I was hoping I could get the mummy. I think you still didn't exactly remember how it works to the best of my knowledge, but okay. Well, that's not great. Hope this kills. If not, we would have actually been a tad in trouble, because that, it would have probably been close to murder range for the tree's abilities. Really cutting it close here, though. That's a folk show. Okay, now this is a battle where I'm 100% running from. I do not have the health to pick this up, and actually a perfect showing off of our item, the relic, where it's, or the replica, sorry, where you just... It's a guaranteed escape from anything that's not like a boss fight or something like that, so... as I said, there is a spell with a similar one, but I do believe it has a chance of missing, and the replica is a guarantee. So, use that how you will. Okay, so we picked up the spirit that was here. I don't know if there's any more. I think we got them all, but... There might be one in the house, but let's go check this place out. Hi, random woman. Follow the scenic valley into the forest and you will come across a blue cave, but I can assure you that the road will not open without permission from the spirits. This is something I maybe should have looked up, because, yeah, there is a entrance that almost looks like, behind this, and I'll show it in just a second here, that almost looks like it could be the entrance to a later dungeon, and it might just block you off without the necessary requirements. More women, that's so true. I think you need a specific item, but it wouldn't let you here, and it's kind of out of the way, so I don't know why you would ever really go to this entrance besides just curiousness, I guess. And then it's going around this way? No. I am actually... Oh no, it's up this way, never mind. Once again, this just goes to my theory of like potentially cut content, because it just feels like, so why is this here in the game? That's what my opinion is. Cut content, or just, well, not cut, but scrapped, I guess, as opposed to... Why else is there just a random woman who gives you lore about a dungeon you want to access for another good, like, 5 or so, 6 hours, maybe even. Actually got quite up the health points. I think we entered the forest with around 80 health points, and we already got 87, so... But we have been getting our ass kind of handed to us a tad, so... Oh. Yeah, the encounter rates are kind of sometimes bullshit too in this game. If you haven't seen, it almost just starts immediately the second you leave, so you can go a pretty long time without enemies, and you can also go a very not enough time without enemies. I'm just gonna not fight these since I don't even have enough magic to support my life, so I'm going to run. And luckily with the escape, I think I'll just show off what that is, just because I think it's pretty neat. And then we'll move on to the next actual location. We can fight them. It's good for the experience. And it missed. Awesome. Also trying to think if there's other games that I have the same kind of opinion on, where I know they're objectively not great, but I still like to play them. Nothing to this extent, I feel like. Because other games I deem underrated, I do believe that they're actually a lot better. Especially for like the more nostalgic childhood games. Felt like I got pretty lucky with my childhood. This was probably one of the more poor games that I actually really liked playing. I did get a lot of like Pokemon, played like Kirby's Dream Land on the Game Boy, and a few other games like that where, you know, you're not really going to find many people who are saying those are terrible games. Even got introduced to Zelda very early on, and I had Banjo-Kazooie on my 64. I think my brother was in the chat last stream and said that, yeah, I remember Banjo-Kazooie, Quest 64, and then Pokemon Stadium. Those were kind of the three big ones I played on my 64 for the longest time. And a little bit of Yoshi's Story. I had that as well. We all have that game that is considered bad or weak that we, yeah, no, for sure. Definitely just stems from childhood. I don't know. It'd be kind of interesting if you had a childhood that you had a game, you had played like every game that was considered like super amazing or something like that. So. This as a kid, but I never thought it was bad. I also don't remember a single bit of it. Yeah, I think it was like a time as I was a kid, I was exploring like a random like two spirits right next to each other. Like that's actually kind of wild. Get to 10. Actually, might also put some more stock in some of the water again, just to get a little bit better healing. I love this game as a kid. I never really, I mean, that was before I had the concept of good and bad games, really, as well, but I think there was a point where I think I was perusing forums. There's a point early, like middle school, where I was like on the forums side of thing and just trying to talk about video games with a bunch of other random people. Especially back then, you know, a lot of people, my friends had like Xboxes and stuff, and I was like the one huge Nintendo especially focused kid. But I remember posting it like, hey guys, does anyone remember Quest 64? I love this game. This is like super underrated. Nobody talks about it. And like everyone was like, dude, that game's ass. What are you talking about? And I kind of was like, what are you talking about? Well, I think it's good. And then I think I remember, I was like kind of around that time I was looking at Quest 64 things on YouTube and saying, well, what do people think? And yeah, everyone who had videos on it were like, this game was terrible. I remember playing it as a kid and returning it, or like playing it, renting it from Blockbuster and returning it immediately because it was terrible. And the opinions were the same, and I kind of just figured, but I mean, when you actually look at it, there's a lot of issues with the game. It's like a very bare bones RPG at some time. Oh, homing arrow level 1. I actually like that spell, and I will love to show it off when we have a sec here. I mean, I guess it's also very self-explanatory when you see how it works. It might be a arrow that homes. But yeah, here's the entrance that she's referring to. I believe if you have a specific item, you can actually enter this to the dungeon, but as I already said, there's going to be an easier place to access it instead of all the way out here. So this is the end of our little expedition here through the forest, but I'd say, especially with the stats going in and going out, I think it's well worth my time. I mean, we started this with pretty much no fire, and now we already have 11 put and stocked in the fire, and yeah. Wow, that was terrible. I missed only except for one. But yeah, homing little like electrical-esque arrows that I think have about 3 for the level 1 variant of the spell. It's nice that we actually have maybe a homing spell that's not the worst. Let's try it again, because that was probably one of the worst examples, debut examples of a spell. They can definitely stack up. I see a lot of enemies with this. With this later on, we'll see a lot of them use that homing arrow type spell. As I keep seeing to be a common trend here, the level 1 kind of is underwhelming or sucky, and the level 2 is a little bit better for a lot of these as well. So let's put a more point into it, and we can have it as a good ranged ability that actually has homing potential. Any of the homing spells in this game is very worth your time to use, especially because most battles start out with some sort of distance between you and the other enemies, which is why I like starting these battles with Ice Knife, because it's a good range spell, plus it also can freeze, which is fantastic. Okay, and I'm out of magic, so it's going to be becoming stick versus bigger stick, I guess. What the hell? Okay. Definitely just skip my turn a tad there, but that's all. Alright. Let's go. Alright, I was hoping to go off for the first, especially since my health and magic were both not looking great. And as you just saw, that wore off actually incredibly quickly for, oh, Jesus. Oh, geez, Rick, are they going to die soon? Okay. We take... all those connect again, I'm gonna be dead, so I gotta be careful with how this works here. Let's say better be close to dying, I think. We're gonna do that, run until we have enough magic to heal up, and then get out of here. I'm just gonna also escape from this battle here. Yeah, that'll be another way for me to be, when I get done with this, to actually make a big video kind of just yapping about it and kind of able to construct a lot of my thoughts that I've been spewing out in this stream in the last into a more cohesive think piece. But I just really like the game, and I'm glad that if you are also somewhat enjoying this as well, sharing at least in that you don't have to play it, and I'm playing it for you on your behalf. You can be like the average Persona fan and just watch the gameplay instead of play it. And I'm really trying to... I like questing. Awesome. Glad you do. This will just definitely be my thing. The guy who constantly defends Quest 64 will be my entire personality trait, and I'm ready to accept that. Checking my camera here real quick. Awesome. Make that a little more adjusted. Okay. Let's get out of here so we're not just in the exact same place for the entirety of the stream. Boom. Alright. So, forest is now deforested. Let us go to that ship. There's nothing. It's just, I think, a little inn plus a ship to our next actual main location. And honestly, with the training we kind of got in there, I don't think these overworld enemies are going to prove much a threat at this point. But that is a giant cock. Let's go. Earthbound fan plays Earthbound for the first time. That is so true. Five Nights at Freddy's fan finds out how to play a Five Nights at Freddy's game. But yeah, you spend your time beating up enemies, you will be a big bully to the rest of the enemies outside. Hello, Snake Man, time to die. Ugh. Spirit Light? That's not what I think it is it? No shit! Wow. That's crazy. What the hell? So yeah, this Spirit Light is actually an item that you usually don't get to near the end game, like the final kind of like section of the game. And yeah, as it says, it is the best healing item in the game. It heals your health to full. I didn't realize these enemies could drop it, but that's actually that's actually kind of an incentive to go here and fight these enemies until you get these, because they can just drop them, and I only fought like, what, 2 or 3 of those snake guys until they actually gave me one of these. These would be immensely helpful and kind of negate the reason for having like healing, I guess. That's kind of crazy, if that is. Yeah, so that is the best healing item in the game. Got very early on by this enemy. It's going to be a while till we even need to think about using it, however, because there's better healing items, as the healing potion, I think, is the second best. And we have that, and it goes up to about 150, so here we go. Just I gotta remember that these guys drop the Spirit Light item. Because yikes. That's cool. That's actually, I think I even mentioned it last time in the stream talking about enemy drops, where it's just, hey, you know, enemies don't have that crazy drops, they don't really drop anything super good, or else there'll probably be a very easy way to grind, or something along those lines, but hey, we just found something that would work, and these Pulfises, or whatever they're called. Wonder if there'll be anything better and closer to endgame that might be better for our experience, but... So, because obviously, once we get to the end game and want those Spirit Lights for the full heal, these guys are going to give us little to no experience and are going to be almost worth... You want to do it entirely for the item as opposed for the... So... That's crazy. I kind of want to see the percentage on that, see if I got, like, incredibly lucky with the Spirit Light drop, or something like that. Oh, did you clip me saying a giant cock, Jake? Check that real quick. I'm sorry, the stream just went super dark, so apologies. I don't like when it does that. I just wanted to check the stream clip real quick. Honestly, with the training we kind of got in there, I don't think these overworld enemies are going to prove much a threat at this point, but that is a giant cock. I very much like that clip. That's a fantastic clip. These overworld enemies are going to prove much a threat at this point, but that is a giant cock. Honestly, the way I segued into that was fantastic on my end, I will say. Peak gaming. That was peak gaming moment right there. I might throw that up on like a short to see if the YouTube short pops off enough at all. I know some people like to do the YouTube shorts as like somewhat of a meta game thing, but I don't know. Or throw it to Twitter. We'll figure it out. A good unintentional funny moment, at least for me. I enjoyed that. Alright. Well, we found a giant cock. We found a giant big healing item from an enemy that isn't super tough to take down at this point in the game. I think we're doing alright. 15 out of context. Yeah, that was a definitely big out of context moment. And you just take that audio and that's different. That is a giant cock. I mean, post that to Twitter. That's your average Twitter/X experience at this point. You're just walking around and then there it is, a nude out of nowhere. So that would probably be more of a giant vagina instead of a penis, but you know, it's alright. No new spells, it looks like. 'Tis sad. Okay, and we actually see the ship in the distance here. Do I... Yeah, it doesn't. This area was, as I said, short-lived, but I'm okay with that. There isn't much to talk about here. The next area is actually a lot bigger. Oh! We already got to the bigger frogman. We almost left this area without seeing bigger frogman. Wrote. And he's already frozen. Yeah, the Frog King. I thought he was a little later in the game, not the next area over. And he was a very big pushover because I love the Froggins. Silver Amulet. Another item drop here. Protective Talisman increases defense 1.5 times, so it's not too bad. Good item, I mean, we got for free, so that's, well, little item drop there. Also forgot to talk about this, the Silent Flute. No Strange Flute with... Strange Flute with no sound prevents enemy spells. This is what it is. If you played like Final Fantasy or stuff with the silence ability, it's that. And since enemies can do that to you, and the only thing we can do is our melee attack, the only thing that they, enemies can do is if they have a physical attack, they can attack you. But not every enemy, as we've seen, has some sort of physical type attack. I also like how we see the goblins after we already fought the mad or dark goblins in the forest, because I don't think we just got them to spawn until now. I was thinking in my head, I'm like, I don't think we saw regular goblins, yet we're fighting the dark goblins first, but no, yeah, they're right here. And there's actually that example of using the homing arrow spell as I talked about when we got it, so cool. Oh, hey, yo, another, the regular Frog Knights here, okay. I don't know why they're here, they're probably extremely easy to kill at this point in the game. But, a win is a win, I guess. Okay, we got Hot Steam. And if I remember that correctly as a spell, it is kind of the exact same with the color palette of the Ice Wall, except it does not have a chance to freeze, so it is thereby extremely, extremely worse. It's Shannon, our lovely traveling companion, somewhat. Again, let's go talk to her. The water capital, Larapool, is located on the other side of the lake. There is no fairer city in the Isles. It's even as pretty as the castle town, Limeland. Cool. Sounds like our next place anyways to go to. I'm sure we'll see that very quickly after I check all the rooms that are most likely going to be empty. I love empty rooms. They're my favorite. Oh, there's a person here with a very suspicious stash, and I'm not going to do the quest. I've been lying down low here because of the danger in the woods. Now it is safe to go to Dondoran and back to the monastery. Brother, shave that shit. Okay, that was it. Alright. We'll drop a quick save here, just might as well. Yeah, I guess we're pretty much going to be done saying to this Dondoran area. We're going to move to the next larger area in the game. I hope everyone is excited. I am. Entering our lovely ship, there's a extremely jacked wizard. How you doing? Morag, welcome aboard. You're my first passenger in many a day. Come to think of it, the last traveler met Though a striking resemblance to you, much older though. We're showing off for Larpool. Alright. It doesn't really tell you what to do, but you enter the cabin and then you walk out and you're in your next area. I don't know why. I think you can do it again and do a travel back to the Dondarin Flats, or you could just use your wings, but as I already said the last time, you want to wait till you get to your next location and then get the wings and then just do a little back and forth. It'd be much more convenient. What am I going to do? The wind has stopped and now the lake is flowing in the wrong direction. If it stays like this, we can't make the crossing the Larpool. A fine kettle of fish. That's a term. Yeah, so let's pop open the map here and see our new area. So this is West Carmag. This is a lot more of an area. Yeah, that's words. There's a little bit more towns, more dungeons it looks like, and more stuff to explore here. And as the Mr. Boatman just said, yeah, we can't actually get to where we were probably headed to on boats because the wind and water are both causing us issues. You want to maybe guess where the next element is going to be? That's correct. Fire. I always check behind buildings just in case. Hello, Granny. We haven't seen any ferry passengers for a long time now. If you like, laddie, spend the night here and rest yourself. Checkpoint here. A lot of these little boat ports have some sort of checkpoint of a pseudo inn. So we'll go here now. Once again, like every new area, we should be seeing new enemies. These are gremlins. Kind of a color swap of those guys we saw in the first section. Yeah, they actually start using it. We could try hot steam. It's not great, but actually, I think its radius is smaller too, it looks like. So maybe I was wrong about just being a color swap, but I don't know. It's only really great if you have a bunch of enemies that are completely, like, touching you, but, you know, why would you have that? That's usually not a bad time. Okay, I hit two of them there, but the damage isn't crazy good. I don't know. There are better options for you, I'd recommend, so. Once they'll kick those little green freaks, why you don't like them? They look fantastic. Yes, these dudes there over these little orc juniors or something like that, I think they're called. I don't know what's with like the trench coat they got going on. You're bad. Boo. Honestly, I think I want to kick the orc dudes a little bit more. They just look a little more kickable. Damn, another one. Yeah, I think if we start a third element ever, we'll definitely go to wind. I like Wind. It's very not super visually entertaining. But I guess, in all honesty, not any of them are super crazy. Water has not super impressive visuals either, but it's just for your support spells are really gonna come in handy. Obviously, Ice Knife has been proving to be super helpful, and then Escape has been, or Exit has been as well. So we'll continue to use that until the end of the game as well. Also, Ice Knife has another purpose that I didn't even think about, but it helps. It's an easy way to get floating enemies. We haven't come across that yet, but there's a few enemies in this game that you cannot absolutely do anything with physically, and you have to use magic, which sucks, because if you run out of magic and you haven't killed them, you're fucked. And you have to run out of the battle, which is definitely a big bummer, but... Okay, we got 15 in fire. I think we're going to go focus a little bit more on water again. I will probably focus on maxing out water first, and I do remember these guys being here again, the Werehairs. I don't know why. They aren't any stronger. I'm pretty sure they have the exact same health and attack as they were at the first area of the game, and oh, wow, if you're homing arrow, that sucks a lot more than I remember doing, but these guys, if you somehow have trouble with these guys, that's a problem. I guess they maybe want to give you something. What are the max level for spells? 99? It's 50 for each spell. And yeah, with this game, how it goes, I'd say a normal playthrough, you are going to max out probably 2, with a big a chunk in the 3rd. I've never gotten to on the 4th element, and it's definitely recommended to probably focus on leveling up one spell. So you're almost over halfway with water. Yes. I would say if you focus on only one element, I mean, hell, if we almost focused on one element, we'd almost be to level 40 with the water spell. So yeah, almost the rate we're going. By the next time we get to the second boss, I would probably say we would almost have a full water stat. But for the sake of variety, I'm just going to do it. But I've also been fighting nearly every battle, which definitely helps with your elements. You do get the spirits pretty often. I think as a kid I ran away from a lot of wild battles, and especially endgame I ended up running away a lot, but the enemies, I feel like they get the basic enemies get a difficulty spike of a lot. They do a lot of damage to you, take forever to kill, and almost just don't feel worth it, in my opinion. I'm just gonna snipe this guy from afar real quick. So we're going over here. We see something over on the side, but we cannot get down to that little shack at this time. I just wanted to go over here because I like to show things off and maybe solve the question that -1 people were having. But Josh, why didn't you go this way? But we're gonna go south first, just to go check out this. There's a forest down this way and a town. I kind of want to see how to get to it, but I think to ruin everybody's dreams, I know we're all anticipating it wildly, you can't get down to that town from this way. But I'll show you why. That was good, getting all 3 of them in the hit and killing 2. That was pretty chico mode. Yeah, that's actually it. Whoa, I don't remember these skeleton dudes. These kind of go hard. What the hell? Oh yeah, the Ghost Hound. I do remember these are the upgrades to the Hellhounds. I thought they were Hellhounds for a sec, but these skeleton dudes are kind of going crazy. They look like a model ripped straight from Castlevania 64. Jesus, these guys are kind of messing my day up. Yeah, they're just called skeleton. God dang. Alright, alright. I see you out here. But these guys are definitely destined to fail. They don't even have cock armor on. Fucking loser. Stop, that hurts. Oh, okay. We are in danger territory now. Wonder if this was a way to deter you from going here. These guys are definitely doing a lot worse than everything else, especially those little green shit stains, as Jake seems to have a hate boner for, which is probably justified, honestly. They look like pieces of shit, you know. Okay. So I think it's time to run. It's fine, I'm an innocent child, I didn't do anything wrong, I'm an innocent child. Okay, yeah, we're almost there. Jesus. Ghost Town and what? Bighorn? I'm gonna call it. That's his name, Bighorn. Wolf Goat. That's not what I would have thought. Oh. That is a wild move to have at this stage of the game, yikes. Any elements I can steal from the back of your shed by chance, sir? Hello, Emily. That's my leg. Come on. Okay, what's up? You look like a virtual fighter character. Jeff, you want to travel on, little one? Well, it's impossible. The bridge is down and it'll take a while to fix. The only way for you to get to Normoon is by going away a Coal Hazard Cave. Oh my god, it's his brother. Beth. It's Jeff and Beth. It's Lloyd. From this point on, we'll be entering the Windward Forest, but we hear that a suspicious magician has shown up. He has the power to control the wind and probably was the one who blew down the bridge. Alright, thanks, Buffy. These guys are 100% homosexual, but that is okay. Good for them. I'm proud of them. I envy their relationship. Yeah, so the bridge is down, and by the bridge is down, you just cannot go through this little door here. There's their month after all. That is so true. Happy Pride Month, everybody. To the entire 2 viewers in the stream. How you doing? Oh, I forgot to fully heal. You're bad. Yeah, this is a move called Avalanche, which is one of the most broken moves in the game if it connects. It's a very RNG-based move. It just drops, as you see, billions of boulders, and it can miss a lot or have a hit many times. And if we get a lot of ones that hit us, if it connects many times, it is by far the best move. A long shot. I think one of the cats is... Yep, there we go. We had our first death. Because that did 48 or 38 damage, my bad. It's fine. Wanted to head that way anyways. Alright. So yeah, as I keep stopping in these inns, it's probably good to just check in with them, even if you are doing fine. And move along. You don't lose anything else besides that unless you consumed any items during the battle. Clearly you would lose that. But honestly, that kind of just puts us back towards where we want to go. We need to just get up to Larapole. We'll go check that out. Well, it sounds like we can go through the cave. It just doesn't sound ideal from how the 2 NPCs were kind of talking to us about it. Back to the easier enemies. I'm assuming that was also a way to deter you because the enemies there were a little tougher on average than these little goobers once you started approaching the forest, but we'll unlock the shortcut to that when we come through on the other side. Spoilers. Haha. Shit, I wanted to start leveling up water so that... Oh, but we got Fireball level 3. I don't know when we unlock that. Either way, I could show that off next time we get a... I don't think are they gonna hit? Oh, they did. Wow. Yeah, now it shoots in a spread of 3, and having all 3 connect can actually do some pretty good damage, as we see. These guys are... If that all 3 connected, though... have time for you. Just a bunch of werehairs. Bitch, fuck out of here. I'm surprised the fireball hit. Fireball has a lot more range than I remember it having. Ah, these green dudes, they're everywhere. Jesus Christ. Okay, rude. Awesome. Alright, now we're in Larapool. I actually like the song in this town, and I like the visuals of this town. It looks very nice. As we were the OG RuneScape right here. Yo, what's up, Chris? How you doing? Yeah. Let's see. Leonidas? I haven't seen you around before. On your way somewhere? I can't believe anyone would be so foolish when it's so dangerous to travel. But if you remain in our town, you'll be safe. Thank you, random sir. Did you know Larapool is called the water capital? Some people prefer Limeland, but to me, Larapool will always be my home. Yeah, as I kind of talked about, this is definitely one of the larger cities in the game, but it's definitely more of a higher class, expensive-y taste-looking place, surrounded by all this water and whatnot. So here's our lovely wing dude. You're a wee lad to be traveling about. I'll give you these blue wings. They might be a help. Remember that wings will not work inside the forest or caves. Yeah. Okay, but yep, blue wings take us to Larapool. So now if you ever needed to go back to Dondoran or Melroad, you can use these blue wings. But it's a good idea to pick these up. You don't necessarily need to stop here. Our next destination is down south in Normoon, where the forest is. As we heard word of a potential magician who controls wind down there. But I like to stop here just as a little point, see what the town has to offer. There's nothing crazy, but get the wings and at least save you some time in the future. So, my wife keeps pushing our daughter to become a singer. I'd like her to do whatever she wants. What a great man. That sounds like a cool thing to have as a father. Just let your daughter do whatever. Good on you, good parents land. We have good parenting in Quest 64. A sorceress named Layla is living here. It is thanks to her protective spell that we can live in safety. Okay. Olden? Is he an old man? A long time ago, a water spirit created a crystal well. Ever since, Larapool has been blessed with much water. The well allowed water levels to be adjusted freely. People say the well still exists somewhere in the town. I wonder if it's true. I mean, I know I said it's big, but it's not that big. Y'all can probably find it if you actually try. Ruins quest. Yo, is this an elf? Little gnome, maybe? I've heard the entrance to a cavern known as Blue Cave is located somewhere in this town. It leads to a mysterious, beautiful valley. According to an old saying, if the protecting waters recede, the road leading to a crystal valley will be opened. My grandfather told me all about it when I was small. Up until now, no one has ever found the entrance. Ooh. Yeah, no, the Blue Cave was mentioned kind of in the forest, that optional Glencoe forest we went to. But yeah, that's the entrance. Blue Cave is not our next destination. We can't get there yet. It seems as all these NPCs are hinting that nobody really knows how to get there yet. I'll practice as hard as I can. I want to be good enough to sing before the prince and queen someday. Awesome. So much. Our Margaret is still learning to sing. I want her to be the finest singer in all of Kelland. Cool! She should do whatever she wants. I echo father, man. Alright, last little area in this section to check, right? And absolutely nothing. Wow. No, I already went in this door. Poopy. Okay. I already checked the entrance. We just gotta go check the inn, which is actually quite large in this town. Right, there it is, Shannon Hype. The ferry boat is broken down, and I seem to be stuck here in this town. It seems that an evil force is casting a spell upon the water and the wind. They call this place Larapool, the water capital. Across the southern cavern is Normoon, the city of wind. One place or the other may hold your fortune. Mommy? No, it's Shannon, Chris, not Mommy. Come on. I had to run away from Greenock and leave everyone behind. I wonder what has happened to my family. They're all dead. Spoilers. Hey, this is real Mommy right here. What's the... My garden is rich with mint leaves. Let me know if you run out. I'll pick some more for you. Yeah, so this is one of your other NPCs that just gives you items, and she will give you mint leaves, which is the 20 MP recovery items. We have those, a lot less of those, but hey, those are not too bad, so just think about it if you need it. Remember it here. What do you say, lad? This is a proper hotel in a tavern. Not much food left, but would you like a room? Yeah. Do a quick save here. So since we're here, do this other checkpoint instead of that little granny hut that we were so lovingly at. Hey, real Mommy here. I'm Layla, the sorceress. My destiny is to protect Larapool, but somehow the wind has stopped blowing. The reason can be found near the city of Wind, Normoon. When the wind stops, demons are free to spread throughout the land. I am using all of my powers as water spirit to fight them off. Our world is balanced by 4 different spirits. No shit. If one of them should become stronger or weaker than the others, we are doomed. I have only enough power to protect this single region. Master Brian, you must help protect the rest. Honestly, with her model too, I wonder if she was also a cut character, but there's one more character that I can think of that actually feels like I could have a party of 4 right there. And conveniently enough, I think he's closer to the town to Wind. She has Water, the princess of the Earth Kingdom. So I don't know, maybe they got all something in common here. Oh my god, you've seen shit, dude. I traveled all over when I was young, and I heard all kinds of stories, but the scariest was the Day of Grief. All the provinces of Celtland were fighting for possession of a magic book, but the victorious province fell into ruin only one day. That day came to be called the Day of Grief. A powerful magician restored the peace, but his methods are long forgotten. I guess he saw it with his own 2 eyes, hence why he looks actually traumatized. No one. A lot of lore dumpers, as I remember. But of course, you don't get this if you don't talk to the people, but when they look as creepy as a lot of these NPCs do, I don't blame you. We will be seeing a little bit more of Mommy Layla later, but, yeah. We'll check out a few of these doors here. Yeah. So out here is water, but there looks like a pathway we can go down to, but the water needs to recede, as it sounds like a mysterious little riddle that they dropped to us. And this door is also inaccessible right now. We need to progress the game before we might be able to accept it. And with the hint that Layla gave us, it was more than likely, go down to Normoon, go deal with the problems there, come back here, we'll take care of it from there. So once you take care of the wind area down there, we will actually have to progress in Larapool. But it's nice to kind of see a little bit of what it looks like before we explore the rest of this place. So here's another place that kind of becomes unreachable due to water. We just have nowhere to go, so that's it. But if we were to have water recede, I think we all know where to go. So, all that being said, I think we can move on down south to Normoon, but it sounds like we have to cut through Call Hazard, which, if anyone's played this game, I feel like it is one of the worst dungeons in the game. It is also probably one of the longest stretches of dungeons in this game. I'm not super excited for it, I will be honest with you. Call Hazard and Blue Cave have two of the worst dungeon spreads in this entire game, I feel like, so... yeah. But we're gonna do a quick break. I actually have to go do a piss hype, so I'm gonna drop that real quick and we'll be back, but we'll make our way down to Call Hazard, so stay tuned, I will be right back. I'll see you guys in a sec here. Alright. We shall be back. Thank you, Chris, for rallying the team to get a piss hype together. I appreciate it. Alright. Let us commence towards Call Hazard. Farewell. Yeah, it's definitely an area of the game that I don't necessarily like going back to. Call Hazard is, I don't know, it's just a long stretch of just, but maybe it'll be better than I remember it being. I can't say. At Blue Cave, I honestly think I hate more. At first, I hated Call Hazard a lot, but Blue Cave is definitely a worse location. At least, we'll see it shortly, but Call Hazard at least has more to offer visually in terms of the way of not getting completely lost. Cool. Oh, yeah, there's what I was exactly talking about with getting hit with 3 of those is a killer on her health, so I'm going to stay far, far away from him. Good, I had enough time to reach for my mic so I didn't peek it by sneezing into it. Apologies if that was the case. I'm going to try to get... Or just kill him. That works too. That works too. Yes. Child. Another weird enemy. I don't really get them. I don't know what they're doing, why they're here. Anyways, we're gonna burn them alive. They, yeah, love to spam Ice Knife, that's for sure. And they tried to get a debuff off on me, but it didn't seem to work. I don't actually remember what the debuff does, which one it is specifically, but we did it! Poopy, I forgot that. Yeah, I didn't have magic. How silly of me. I made an absolute blunder. How long are we going? 123? Honestly, I would say, at least in terms of the quest stuff, we might get to the end of Call Hazard and call it a stream there. That's going to be about 2 hours, my guess is. Especially being the second main dungeon in the game, now that I'm thinking about it, it is quite a long one, that is for freaking sure. Watch me overhype it, it takes like 20 minutes to go through, but that'd be fun. The skeleton crew are back. Quite a bit, huh? Hell yeah, hell yeah. Okay, we're almost there. Actually, that's the entrance to the Call Hazard. I actually don't know if that's like a phrase, like Cull is like another word for cave, like was it Scottish or whatever, because like Loch, they use the word Loch Kilderly a lot, and it's just the Lake Kilderly, like Loch Ness Monster, you know, shit like that. I don't know if Cull is like one of their little words for referring to like a cave or something like that, but I mean, it is called Call Hazard, like if you saw it on the map, C-U-L-L, Hazard. Luckily for you, Jake, this is the only place where these enemies actually, these green enemies are in this little kind of overworld area, so we probably won't be seeing them for much longer. Thank God. What about them do you hate? Do you just hate how they look or something? I'm just curious. Try the homing arrow, see if it goes behind me, and yeah, there we go. There we go. I just said that weird. Yeah, this is one of those problems with freezing, but why you want some sort of item or spells that can do some sort of homing. Okay, now we're actually seeing it do some decent damage. I mean, obviously it's not our main source of damage, but I like that. Jesus, why is this guy taking so much? They disturb you? I mean, fair enough, I guess. I guess their constant hopping is creepy as opposed to Splink from Pokemon, which is a lot more endearing. We actually hit 100 health points already. That's kind of crazy. I feel like we've just been soaring in terms of getting health points, but I want to keep saying it fully HP. Their wizard granny here. But you want to stop here because this acts as a somewhat of a lens. So after you pass a cave known as Cull Hazard up ahead, it's straight to Normoon. It's quite a hike, so rest here until you're ready to leave. So yes, very, very nice to have a quick healing spot if you're low on magic and needing a place just in case you die. Now, the one redeeming quality of Cull Hazard is there's no boss at the end of this stage, so if you do die, you don't have to do an incredibly terrible run back, because that would make it terrible. That is the redeeming fact, that most of the longest dungeons in this game do not have a boss at the end, meaning that the run back is not hell. Okay, welcome to Cull Hazard. I think this is the only time you hear this song in the game, too. I do appreciate the individual dungeon music, too. Also see a lot of new enemy varieties here, I do remember that. And these bats are definitely ripped straight from Ocarina of Time with the bubble design. I feel like the enemies really love to use things like Wind Cutter and stuff like that, like very weak moves, but can definitely start stacking up very quickly. So as I said, when you end a battle and beat that battle, you Brian will jump and then face the direction where he was last traveling. This is going to be super helpful to know in this type of cave where it is easy to get turned around sometimes. Luckily, there are a few segments that have landmarks, kind of like this, where it's, you know, this enclosed tunnel space and that open cliffside that we just were on. But you don't want to get turned around, it will just be annoying. But that's also probably why I remember this dungeon being incredibly long. I was dumb as a kid and constantly got turned around in this dungeon. I'll just let it sit here for a sec. The music in here is kind of like, I don't know. Definitely works to being like unsettling for sure. Sinister is another word. I don't know, but I feel like I also gas up the music a lot. I love the soundtrack in this game. A lot of it definitely hits that nostalgia bone, but I think it does a good justice of where you're at. Good theming. I love all the individual town songs. Every town has its own song, which is awesome. Having unique towns gives it an identity, and even dungeons having their own song gives it an identity as well. So, I like when games do that. Ooh, get frozen, mister. Yeah, I think this first section really only shows off these Skelebats, but do think the enemy variety in this area is cool. There's an enemy that I actually kind of like its design of in a little bit. And actually, yeah, right about here, we're probably going to start seeing it. So here's your first big checkpoint to have this more wide open space, so to speak. Ah, and there they are. I like these guys, these big giant green wyverns, but these guys also do a massive buttload of damage if you're not careful. So I think it's, once again, they're very, very close physical hit is where they start doing mad damage to you. While they are floating, they are close enough to the ground where you can't hit them. And I don't think we're going to actually see its very super strong move because I froze it, so I mean, that's fine by me. We'll probably have more chances of seeing it later on. Yeah, I do remember also these guys having a buttload of health as well, so. Cool. Honestly, getting the status effect of freeze is 10 times more beneficial than most other status effects because it also does damage on top of attempting to freeze, so. Those are usually my favorite types of status effects in RPGs where it has a chance of inflicting damage along with doing something. Because then it feels like if the status effect doesn't go off, then yeah, at least your attack doesn't feel worthless. Ooh. Oh, you're gonna use it? Oh no, I thought he did. I thought they have, maybe I'm thinking, there's another variant of these guys that have a pretty tough move, but maybe I'm thinking of that one instead. Nope, never mind, it's that move. Yeah, that 22 damage, that's a little tough at this point. And they do got a little bit of a big goofy head, but I still think they're cool. Get bent. Nope. Yeah, we're not doing this fight. Yikes. Maybe we can. I don't know. Okay. I do remember us going this way, though. We're right at the edge here, so. Was that a spirit? Or was that a graphical glitch? I think that's the first of many times we'll have that of my favorite game of Quest 64. Is that a spirit or a graphical tear in the fabric of time? It's very cool. Stay tuned. Bruh. I'm gonna hit you with a fat bro. Yeeks. Bruh. Alright. Cool. We there did it. Okay. Yeah. Just a little graphical glitch. That is fine. I don't think we're super like, hey, that's an element though. Let's go grab that real quick. Ah, these guys. The blood, I think they're called blood jellies. They are goofy dudes. Oh, blood gel, my bad. You know, if it wasn't for the giant pulsating eye, I would eat these guys. They look a little yummy. I think they're using homing arrow level 2, funny enough, as they're shooting a lot more. Why this cave look better than the caves in Scarlet and Violet? Damn, that's tough. Because Quest 64 is made with love and care, unlike Pokemon. Farewell. Have we learned a new spell, I wonder, with water? We're at 29. We'll be at 30 once I... Oh my god. Get over there. I refuse. Oh yeah, if you do, if you're over the escape line, instead of just hitting A, if you do an action over the escape line, regardless of what it is, whether it hurts them, unless it ends the battle by killing them, you will end the battle by escaping, so... Nope, does not look like we nearly learned a new spell yet. That's fine. Another healing potion. Still don't need that yet. We were just at the cap of 100 where the honey bread is going to start being good for us now. But, hey, it's still good to have those and just kind of keep them in the back pocket till later. Brian's got big old pockets. Oh, these things, scarecrows. I like these guys' designs. They're spooky looking, but cool. If all those arrows stack up, that starts to do some crazy damage. Just be careful if you're trying to go physical with those jelly dudes. Gotta love the encounter rate in this game. Gotta love it. That miss really? Oh, that's poopy. Poopy garbage. That just didn't even connect the enemy. Okay, that's awesome. Oh my god, what is going on? What? The fadoodle. Brother. I'm gonna fucking die. My god. What is the missing going on right now? Fuck. I can't take another one of those hits. I can't risk it. I hope he dies after this hit. Okay. Should be fine with just these two bastards left, but god dang. You know, I will say a neat touch that I just thought about that implemented this game and hasn't, wasn't really done until like a lot later of games is the hiding of your little health bar, the elements bar when you start walking. Like it shows up if you need, you're using spells and you're in battle, but when you're just walking outside of the battle, it just kind of goes away until you need it. I think that's actually kind of cool. A lot of games do that nowadays where they kind of clear up the screen so they can get a good grasp of the visuals and to not have just a very cluttered HUD screen, but I think that's kind of a step ahead. I will do anything to jerk this game off apparently, but I think that's a neat touch. Okay. There you go. Okay. Still no new spells, but that is okay. Oh, just this wyvern? We can probably take him. Actually, here, I'm gonna stay away though and try to get the freeze off on this dude. Damn, it didn't work. Unfortunate. Fuck. Yeah, we're leaving. Luckily, I'm not lost yet. Bro, this wyvern don't want to leave me alone. Get out of my DMs, I'm just a child. I'm calling Chris Hansen. Let's fucking go. Brow. Shit. Man, freaking encounter is kind of screwed me over right now. I really maybe need to run away from a few more battles. I don't even have enough time to either get full health or get any sort of magic. Okay. Now I'm at full health, so you know what that means. It's time for a battle, I guess. I just want to know when Nintendo will stop being cowards and put this into Nintendo Switch Online. They're literally passing up on peak gaming for what? No reason. That's what. I would probably play it if it were on there. Yeah, no, it'd be nice, especially, I don't know, just with the modern day systems. I like Nintendo Switch Online. Obviously, I share a lot of complaints that other people have with the system, but I mean, it is still a very functional online thing for all it's worth. Really helps to pick up and play. You can kind of just save a game if you want to admit it. You don't really have to do much else with most of those games, which is super nice. strength. That's another 40 MP restoration. That's big. Yeah, it's hard to recommend this game, but I still think if you like have even just seeing this gameplay and having some remote interest, I would say pick it up, give it a try. I would imagine a gamer who's played many other games that haven't and didn't play this as a kid would have a hard time getting into this game. Which I get it. I get it a lot. Okay. I really like missing though. It's my favorite mechanic in this game. Brother, the music didn't even start back up. We're hitting a point where I don't want to fight every single enemy. It's taking just a tad too much of our time. I'd love to get out of this area if it before the 2-hour mark hits, honestly. Honey bread, that's cool. And healing potion again, that's awesome as well. Alright, moving on. Cool. Sorry, just wanted to check something real quick. My messages, make sure it wasn't anything important I was missing. My God. Alright. Oh, I see an end in sight. We just gotta get over there, and we're not super much time left. Okay. It's definitely these encounters that slow down the way to get to it so much. So. Okay. Just gotta get to that little enclosed tunnel area. And we're almost done. Actually, not too much longer of this dungeon left. This area, once you're on this little vine, there's actually no encounters, wild encounters here, so it gives you a little time to heal up, recoup some magic, and just take in the music, or let's chat for a sec, I don't know. I think this is kind of visually appealing, like, I don't know, it's just some giant vine. It's, ominous. Yeah, no, it's a really cool look. I don't know. And I think wild encounters come off the other side of this vine, but silent flute again. This is the last little area of the game. Also completely different from the rest of the cave, which I like how this looks a little bit. It's like a little open cave almost. A little bit more open than the rest. Kind of creepy. The overgrowth looks kind of spook. But yeah, we're at the end now. This is the last little bit of the cave here. So not much longer left. Jesus. Okay. I'll fight these guys. They're not super difficult. They usually go about 2 water pillars anyways. So. Fuck. This little ramp here, I don't think it actually goes anywhere if I'm remembering. I don't even think there's anything over here. Yeah, it's just a collapsed tunnel. Once again, don't get the point of it. I don't know if it's an alternate entrance or exit you can take at some point in the game, or cut, or just simply flavor text, but there's not like too many dead ends in these levels or dungeons. It seems like most of the places have somewhat of a purpose. Oh, poop. almost there, almost there, almost there. Aha, we finally made it out to the end. Whew. Alright. The literal light at the end of this tunnel here. But that was Coal Hazard. I think we're going to step off into not only one of my more favorite towns, but songs in the game. Let's go. We are in the town of Normoon. I, for one, fucking love windmill aesthetics in my fantasy RPG-esque games. And this is no exception. This is just such a cool little town. And a little treat at the end of this tunnel. I love it. That guy's also looking mighty devious. How we doing? Hey there, have you seen a silver-haired man with razor-sharp eyes? Where's that knave gone? I don't know, Rick. Peak gaming out. The song is so fucking good. This part pops off too. Just want to walk around it. This is the definite biggest vibes of any town. Right. In these hayfields there actually are a couple of spirits, so I'll go grab these real quick. I think there's another one in the other field. Also kind of love that too, these giant, like, you want to call it like hayfields or something like that. Just all you see is Brian's little peacock looking hair, a Hoge coming off. Alright. What's this big man have to say for himself? Me and my mates are vagabonds. We wander wherever our boots take us. But the other day, we stumbled across a precious stone in the woods outside this town. But after we got to this town, the one who was holding it disappeared. There was a magician in our group who kept to himself. He disappeared not far from here. He might be in the woods. So this seems to be what our next objective is there's a man who was with this group of 3 dudes outside who happened to take this gem and walk away with it. It's probably who our next person we might have to interact with. I'm sure he'll nicely give it back to us. Nobody here but us old folks. We retired druids. We can't do magic anymore, so if the wind should stop or demons should swarm into our town, we would be powerless to do much about it. That is mildly dark and depressing. Alright. We would be fucked, because we're old. So this is a retirement home, apparently. It's a very cool retirement home, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, this is a bunch of old robed wizardy men and women. Or is that a man? I can't... That's... Hector. If you eat all your honey bread, don't worry, I'll give you more. So once again, keeping in trend with every town seeming to have some sort of NPC that will give us items if we don't have any. He will give us honey bread if we need any, which, if you were using them up, hopefully you weren't using them all up at this point in the game, but if you need them, they're right here. That's probably good, as you see where our health is at. Honey bread is near full recovery at this point, so... The wind is more than simply blow. It sucks. The life of the people and the animals and the land, the water, fire, everything is affected. It can't be seen. But its power is very important. Since olden times, the Windward Forest has been the hiding place of the Wind Jade. If you hold this special stone, you can place the wind at your command. Somehow a stranger has found the stone and is using it in evil ways. Your best chance against the person who holds the Wind Jade is to keep moving. Still targets are easier to hit. And if it's not returned to this place, all the wind in Keltland will cease. Alright. We have to check out these windmills too. Anyways, we need more games. We need more RPG towns that just have windmill villages. I like them. They're cool. It's also not hay, it's wheat, isn't it? Though it's wheat fields for the windmills. Because they're mills. Yeah, that's probably it. Good job, Josh. It's not like these old men need it. They even said they can't do magic, so might as well just give me all their shit and that's it. Alright, let's go stop. Before we get to the inn, that seems like a good place to probably stop it here. Let's go inside this item shop and grab ourselves the green wings. Well, what a cute looking laddie. I'm just a hag, but I am the keeper of the green wings. It is important that you understand that these wings will only work in wide open spaces. Alright, and with that we also now have our... If we go all the way down, the green wings, they'll take us to Normoon. You'll want to grab these, especially since Normoon is out of the way, and as we saw, sandwiched between two dungeons. You either have to go through Cull Hazard or Windward Forest. Windward Forest is significantly shorter and easier to go through, but until we take care of our little problem with the Wind Jade being missing, we have nothing to do with the bridge. So, let's go into this inn real quick. Yup, Shannon hype in the chat. Hello, so you too have come to this town. I've heard of a mysterious gem in the Windward Forest with power to control the wind. I've heard that a wind sorcerer has been seen there. We can still feel his zephyrs, but for how long, I wonder. Shannon hype. That is so true. Shannon's always here to say what's up, I guess. Now in here, yes, there he is, this dude. Hi, I'm Leonardo. I'm a magician too. You're old Bart's son, huh? I've heard of you. People say you're a favorite of the spirits. Your father was here about a month ago. He said he came across a lock and was on his way to Lamelin. I can't wait for things to return to normal so I can get on with my search for the alchemist's secret. Yeah, and no, this is the other character I keep referencing. It seems to be some sort of, like, almost looks like a somewhat rival to Brian, as his name is Leonardo. But I feel like he would be another party member that you get. He seems to look a little bit more designed, and in this whole alchemist secret, I will also spoil that and say I have no idea what he's talking about. I don't think there actually is anything referring to the alchemist secret, so I don't know if they had, once again, cut content or talking about some sort of, like, sequel maybe they were trying to build up to. Maybe he was going to be the secret protagonist of the second game. Who knows? If I remember correctly, he's the only dude in this inn, too, since it seems like not many people are visiting this town. Oh, no, there is, mommy. Not long ago, 4 vagabonds came into our town. One of them looked quite cunning, claimed he was a magician with plenty of magic. I haven't seen him lately, but his cohorts are still around. What could have happened to him? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Man, I don't remember Quest 64 having so many mommies, dude. What brings a wee lad like yourself to Normoon? Don't you know it's dangerous to travel around? You look like you've had a difficult journey. Will you be staying at the inn tonight? Yes, I will be. Holy boobage indeed. Alright. But I think that's a good place to end Quest 64. The question is, do I continue streaming? I'm enjoying it, but I think I might want to start my other game too now. I don't know. I've been enjoying myself quite a bit, but I said I'm probably going to take a break from Quest here, so I think we'll end it again where we end by our good friend Shannon. Just kidding. Hasser Gaming. Yeah, I don't know. We get to see Normoon in the daytime at least. Let's go stand in a place where we can see the view of the pretty freaking windmills. Next to our good man Rick over here. Okay. No, we love Shanny. Yeah, but like Rick is pretty cool. He looks so devious. What's blood plotting? Alright. I'll probably cut the recording here and for the VOD at least. So if you're watching the Quest 64 VOD, Rick is nothing. Oh, that's so sad. But look at his cool anime spiky hair, bro. That's hard. I'll cut the VOD around here, and I'll probably leave this stream on just until we figure out something. So let me just cut the VOD. If you're watching just this on YouTube or later on, I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully stick around for the next part. That'll be whenever I get around to it. But I've been enjoying this. We'll probably go take on the second one. He's got nothing on Vegeta. So true. But could he beat Goku? Probably lose to Goku 100%. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. See you guys in the next Quest 64 video.